Hello to everyone who has joined us today, wherever you are in this beautiful world, from the mountains to the prairies, from our homes and native lands, in places where the trains always run on time and in those where they never do. Thank you so much for taking the time to join your colleagues in participating in today's discussion. My name is Angelique Pereira. I will be joined shortly by my cohort and your presenter for today, Jeff Bartow, who will be taking us through all of the interesting information we are about to hear. Jeff and I are trust strategists here at Symantec, the first, original and leading SSL TLS certificate authority and the trusted sole supplier of true and complete website security. It is our duty to help you put security first by keeping you up to speed on what is new, what is now, and what is next in security and trust. Now, I'm really looking forward to hearing all that Jeff has to share with us today, but before he does that, let's take care of some housekeeping. First, you are going to want to switch from a wireless connection to a wired connection. You'll also want to disable distractions such as pop-up blockers and instant messages and email notifications, because this is the type of information that you are going to want to pay full attention to. Then please do submit any questions you have as they pop into your mind. We will have a Q&A section at the end of the webinar. However, if we are not able to get to all of the questions, we will ensure the questions are answered once the webinar has concluded. You are also welcome to follow and contribute to this conversation on Twitter with the hashtag ISTR22. Thirdly, please continue this conversation with your Symantec security specialists or account managers and all the others supporting you in our sales, product, and marketing organizations. If you don't have their contact information, we will list it as the last slide of this presentation, so please do stay for that. Fourth, we are recording this discussion, which will be made available after we conclude today, along with the Internet Security Threat Report infographic, which is available for download in the attachment section of this page. And you can experience this insight again or share it with your colleagues who couldn't join us today by simply using the link that got you here in the first place. And then please do rate this briefing. We also welcome comments to supplement your ratings. We do rely on your feedback to consistently improve our communications with you. Last but not least, and out of respect for everyone in our audience today, I understand that English may not be your first language. I do hope that this welcome and this housekeeping has allowed you the time to get accustomed to my voice, my pacing, and my accent. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Now, before we get into the facts and stats and figures and really great predictions, I do want to cover really quickly why we do this Internet Security Threat Report. And it's because it is important. It's a really big distinction of ours, and it's something that we are very proud of because it delivers you some value. The internet is a very scary and frightening place, and it doesn't have to be. By working together, our vision is for a completely trusted internet experience for all of us on the supplying side, but also for the consumers. At the end of the day, we all want a trusted internet user experience, and this is part of that, and we really believe in making that real. We also believe in doing things like this Internet Security Threat Report and our monthly threat briefings, all the webinars and all the blogs that we give you for free. We do this out of a sense of leadership. We are expanding the concept of complete website security, not just to be about SSL and TLS, but to be much more than that. And that is a leadership stance that we here at Symantec are very proud of. Also, this is what delivers you actual value. And often in our industry, we hear, oh, SSL is just a commodity. Why should I pay more? And this right here is the reason why. There is so much that we can see and can deliver to you as a value to your organization, such as leveraging us and our core competence so that you can focus on things that make your organization shine. You can really pay attention to your business and let us handle the security portion of this because we are best at it, and that delivers immaterial business value to you that goes way beyond the idea of, oh, it's just a commodity, why pay more? Now with that said, making all of those real, each one of those positions, our vision, our leadership, our value, comes forth in that Symantec has the most comprehensive source of internet threat data across the globe. There is nobody on the planet that sees more than us and records all threats and the areas of compromise and opportunities to protect yourself and to protect that fundamental trust on the internet within your environment. Now, what makes the Internet Security Threat Report unique? Well, this report is based on data from the Symantec Global Intelligence Network, which, as you may know, provides an overview and analysis of the year in global threat activity and is one of the world's most comprehensive vulnerability database, which currently consists of more than 88,900 recorded vulnerabilities, spanning more than 2 decades, from 24,560 vendors, representing over 78,900 products. These resources give Symantec analysts unparalleled sources of data with which to identify, analyze, and provide informed commentary on emerging trends in attacks, malicious code activity, phishing, and spam. Right, now that I've got you all caught up, let's see what interesting data and information Jeff has to share with us.
Well, thank you very much, Angelique, and welcome to everybody again. You'll notice the not only change in speakers, but the change in accents too. So I hope Angie gave you plenty of time to get used to hers, and I hope you can quickly become accustomed to mine. Let's start today's content with an overview of what we'll cover today, as the ISTR, as we refer to it, always covers the previous year. We're going to spend one short slide on 2016 in numbers, and then we're going to move on to cover 3 main areas affecting website security: cybercrime and the underground economy, ransomware, including the biggest cyber attack in history, which just happened last month, plus web attacks and vulnerabilities. And then we're going to recap our predictions before we move onward to the recommendations that you can use to increase the security of your website and your organization's data environment. So let's begin. Cybercriminals revealed new levels of ambition in 2016, a year which was marked by extraordinary attacks, including multi-million-dollar virtual bank heists and overt attempts by state-sponsored groups, notably to disrupt the United States of America's electoral process. Now, analysis of data and attacks show that attackers are using simple techniques, but sometimes with devastating results. And this is quite compelling because by the end of 2016, over half of the human population of the Earth was using the Internet. So it's no surprise that, for example, in 2016, the year claimed the record for e-commerce sales as expected on Cyber Monday, which is usually seen as the biggest online shopping day of the holiday season. And this is usually distinct from Black Friday, which is usually considered to be the biggest in-store shopping day of the holiday season. But in what seems to be, again, no surprise, 2016 also set a record for Black Friday's online sales too. And they both totaled over $3 billion US in online e-commerce sales. However, skipping to the last bullet on this page, along with profitability for e-commerce, the ecosystem was fruitful for cyber criminals too. Of course, it wasn't just money they were after, but identities, and also to influence governments and politics. Hence, we saw some prominent action begun by browsers, each which announced their intention to eventually mark all non-encrypted pages and sites. In other words, pages which don't use SSL or TLS as not secure in ways that are unavoidable and visible to all browsers, to all users.